The WWE Hall of Fame class of 2016 has announced its first inductee, and it's one hell of an icon. So the night before WrestleMania 32, WWE Hall of Fame is going to put Sting, the icon Sting, in the Hall of Fame. It's crazy. It's for for an old fart like me, for a guy my age who's been watching wrestling for a long time, since the first WrestleMania was around. I also watched a lot of early like NWA / WCW stuff back in the 80s. I'd go over to my friend's house and I'd watch, Dusty Rhodes, Luger, Sting, all those guys battle it out. And to see Sting finally get this recognition that he so justly deserves, and this is their headliner. It's so obvious. That's usually what these guys do, what the WWE does each year. They, and it's how they're going to sell tickets. They're not going to start out with, their celebrity wing. It's, this is what's going to sell tickets. So, they announced it earlier today, but I wanted to wait till I saw the promo that they're going to put on Raw, and now it's on, it's on all the social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, it's all over the place. Excuse me. I don't think it's been announced yet as far as who's going to induct him, but my first guess is Flair, because those two have such an unbelievable history. Even bigger than, it's one of the biggest rivalries in professional wrestling, Flair and Sting. It's classic. They, I think they even clashed in TNA. Not that matters. I'm just saying their rivalry is, went on that long. So back from the 80s with the high top fade to the Crow, to what he did recently in the WWE, which, some people don't care that he may not have had a very positive run within the last year in the WWE, because he lost twice. He lost to Triple H, which shocked a lot of people. It's like, why bring him in to lose? But he had the old school feeling of, if this is your last match, you lose your last match. So, even though it was his first in the WWE against Trips, last year, um, and then he had that great match with, well, for what it's worth with Seth, even though the end was bad, kind of scary, how he collapsed and shit. So yeah, I think I have no doubt now that they've announced this, I have no doubt that he's done wrestling. You know, I don't see, and I don't see him going anywhere else in wrestling if he's not going to get cleared into WWE. I don't see that as an option at all. So yeah, it's great to see him go in the Hall of Fame. It's well deserved, even though he might have been in the WWE itself for, a year and not won any matches. Just the imprint that he put, the rivalry itself that he had with Triple H was epic. When he showed up, didn't say anything, put the bat in his face. It was classic. It was an instant classic in my opinion. So now that they've started announcing, this year's class, you gotta wonder who else is gonna go in. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. You hear little things. You like to assume certain things. It's going to be in Texas. I've been hearing stuff about the Freebirds going in. I think that'd be a good idea. It's certainly a classic. Stable, made a lot of history between the NWA and I think AWA. I'd have to go back and look. Well, certainly the NWA. Let's see, maybe Demolition. A lot of people, because now that they put out the DVD on Owen Hart, I'm sure they want to put him in. It's just a matter of if they do it, how they're going to do it. Obviously, I shouldn't say obviously, but he pretty much guessed that his wife isn't going to be involved because of that whole lawsuit that hasn't been pretty over the years. Maybe someone else from his family would induct him, like Brett. I'd be okay with that. And I'm sure Brett wouldn't mind doing it. I do want to get that DVD too. He was really popular during a time that I wasn't watching wrestling, unfortunately. But his story is one that should be heard, and his matches are ones that should be watched if you are a wrestling fan. Who else? Rick Rude? Definitely Rick Rude should go in. British Bulldogs, one of my favorite classic tag teams. Demolition. Oh gosh, who else? I don't know. There's so many. There's so many you could put in. But to kick off this year, Sting is a tremendous start, and it'll be great to see him. It's going to be interesting, and this doesn't really matter. You know, Sting's going in. Is he going to be inducted in the paint, or is he going to come out as Steve Borden? Kind of wonder about that. Either way, I'm fine with it. You know, doesn't matter to me. Just the fact that he's going in is awesome. Yeah, and Flair will probably induct him. Can't think of anyone else who, off the top of my head, who should. Hogan? No. That'd be bad. If Hogan wasn't going through all this BS and he was actually still in the WWE, I'd say it's an option. But, just because of the rivalry they had back with the NWO, but he's the ultimate WCW guy, as far as that franchise. He's synonymous with it. And, now that he's been brought into the WWE, whether he's wrestling or not, in my opinion, it's a huge selling point for the network. You want to watch, okay, the original programming is good. Some stuff better than others. But their first selling point when it first started was the classic stuff, all the old pay-per-views, when I heard this and I was looking for a cool pic to do the thumbnail for this video, I thought of the classic footage of him in WCW, some of those old promos, and that's how I found that one. That stuff is epic. The Crow stuff, some of my favorite stuff. I don't think there's anything really that he did that was necessarily bad. Maybe the RoboCop stuff, but no, that's not his fault. That's whoever booked that back in the day. But that's about it for this one. Really happy, excited about it. Maybe can't tell in my voice. It's late at night. I'm tired, but I wanted to do this before I hit the hay. So, congratulations, Steve Borden, aka the Icon Sting, and we will see you April 2nd, and I'm sure they always make an appearance the next night. So yeah, congrats, and somewhere over the next couple weeks we'll start getting them. I'm guessing maybe we'll wait about a month and they'll tell a few more, but tickets are going to go on sale this Friday for the Hall of Fame. So would you buy it for Sting? I think so. I know I would. If I was down in Texas, hell yeah, I would. Certainly a good start. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching.